Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to come here today and to help you learn Haitian Creole. And today we're gonna be focusing on some tips of how to learn Haitian Creole. So I come up with 5 tips for learning Haitian Creole. But before I can get started, please subscribe, share, and like. And this is a way of supporting us. Okay. So the first tip I have for you is to have a Creole notebook. If you have a Creole notebook, I remember having done this too when I started learning English. So every single word, every word that I find, I put it in my notebook, and I will never forget it. And if I wanna say something, and I have a lack of words, I just take my notebook and I find that word, and I can be able to express myself better. And do not forget that when you learn some words, you can easily forget them. But if you write them down, every time you need them, you will get them. The second tip I have for you is to create an atmosphere of practice. Creating an atmosphere of practice is trying to do everything in Creole. When you find friends that are able to speak Creole, you practice with them. For example, if you know how to say phone in English, you need to know how to say phone in Creole as well, because you are learning Creole. If you know how to say something in English, try to know how to say it in Creole too, because you are trying to learn Creole. So everything that you know in English, try to know how to say them in Creole. And the third tip I have for you is to learn at least 5 words a day. I do this. I'm learning English. I speak English, and I always spend my time in learning words. I never spend one day without learning new words, without acquiring new knowledge of the English language. It's the same thing for you too. Spend all your time, immerse yourself into learning Creole every day. Learn at least 5 words a day. And the fourth one is to follow social media personalities. And we have YouTube, and then there are a lot of YouTubers. They are here to help you learn languages. If you want to learn English, you will find English teachers on YouTube. If you want to learn Creole, you will find Creole teachers on YouTube, and then they will be able to help you learn the language that you're trying to learn. So there are a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of YouTubers. They are here to help you learn languages. Okay, so just follow them, and you can find friends like on WhatsApp or on Facebook that are able to speak Creole, and be friend with them in order for you to practice with them, and you will have Creole down pat, just like I do have Creole down pat. I know Creole really well, not because it's my native language, but because I practice Creole a lot. Okay, the fifth one is to find a friend who speaks Creole. Maybe you who are listening to me, maybe you have been to Haiti before, or maybe not. Maybe you have been to a country where there are a lot of Creole speaking people. Maybe not. Maybe you have never met a Creole speaker before, but you can do something else. We have Facebook, and there are people all over the world who speak Creole. Try to make friends, make Creole speaking friends in order for you to practice with them. I have a lot of American friends, and then I make sure that I practice with them. I practice English, and then for me to be able to speak English really well. And you can find people who speak Creole, and you make yourself at ease, you make yourself comfortable to practice with them in order for you to remember. Because don't forget that the saying goes like this. It says, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, better you're gonna be. The better you're gonna be. So make sure you practice enough, okay? Find a friend in order for you to be able to create an atmosphere of practice. You need a friend You need a friend who speaks Creole and to create an atmosphere of practice. And the sixth thing I have for you, the sixth advice or tip that I have for you is to include Creole in your daily routines. So try to do your daily activities in Creole. Okay, this is very important. The seventh I have for you, the seventh tip is to master how to greet people in Creole. And I have seen people in Haiti, like Americans and Canadians. They come to Haiti, and the first thing that they tend to do is trying to be able to they try to be able to greet people properly in Creole. And if you can greet people properly in a language, that means you are getting so good at that language. And the first thing I've ever done, like when I started learning English, I made sure that I can greet someone. And if I meet an American, if I meet a person who speaks English, and I make sure that I can greet I can at least greet that person in English. So at least make sure that you are able to greet people in Creole, okay? And the eighth one is to try to identify the objects around you. And we are surrounded by a lot of things, like things in our house, things in our area, things at our school and stuff like that. And you kind of like sometimes you want to know how to say them, how to identify. When you see this, you know this is a bench. If you see this, you know this is a watch. If you have this, you know this is a phone. So just to identify the things that are that surround you. So try to identify the objects around you, know their names in Creole. I said it earlier, if you have a phone, not only is it important for you to to know how to say it in English, but you're trying to learn Creole, you gotta know how to say phone in Creole. Whatever you know in English, try to know it in Creole. And the ninth one is to find a Creole dictionary. So there are also apps, applications on your phone. You can download from Play Store, and you download them, and they are here to teach you a lot of things. So whatever it is that you want to learn about, you can find apps that are here especially to help you learn new things and to acquire new knowledge. So if you have a Creole dictionary and every word that you want and you're trying to say and you don't know how to say it, and I think that a Creole dictionary will be very useful to help you out. And you can there are books, there are Creole books. They have greetings, they have vocabularies, they have everything you might need to learn Creole. And the 10th one, which I don't write here, the 10th tip is to think of Creole as you think of your boyfriend or of your girlfriend. And to learn English, I never stop thinking about English. Every day I'm trying to see what I can do to help me more to be able to speak English. It's like English is my girlfriend. I never stop thinking of English. And when I go to bed, before I go to bed, I make sure I study words. I make sure that I make practice. I make sure that I watch videos, English videos. I write, I read, I make a lot of research in order for me to be able to know English down pat. In order for me to be able to understand, I think of English as my girlfriend. You can do the same thing. Think of Creole. Think of new ways to speak Creole, more easier. Okay. Creole is not difficult. You only need practice. You only need to respect these tips and follow other tips and practice and read and speak to your friends that are able to speak Creole. And one day you will say, oh, what Johnsley was telling me, that's a good thing. And at the end, I want to give you my name. My name is Johnsley. I am so glad to help you with these 10 tips of how to learn Haitian Creole. And do not forget to subscribe, and we will provide you with more videos next time. Thank you, and bye-bye.